Hello guys, and welcome to episode 8 of my Baranavichy campaign in Steel Division 2, playing on the Axis side. Previously we made some great ground on the bottom side of the map, and we also started to encircle the top side with the 70th Cossack Battalion, but now we're going to be pushing into the Soviets more on the top side with an attack with the 507th Heavy Panzer Battalion. I'm going to try and destroy the 138th Cavalry Regiment, which is disorganized, but they'll likely be reinforced by the 1815th Self-Propelled Artillery Regiment. So that's an attack we're going to make. This will actually potentially call in the 51st Recon Squadron, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm probably not going to move the 507th Construction Battalion just because I don't think they have transports. There's no point in having them to reinforce. Security Regiment also doesn't. What about this one? The 5th Panzer Regiment. Oh, these ones do. Let's bring those in Phase B just to help us out in case we need a few men to finish the job. After this attack is made, potentially the 51st will get pulled down. If not, we can just push in with the remains of the 29th Panzer Regiment or the Division Group Castle here, which are part of the 12th Panzer apparently. Cool. Right, let's tactical battle and jump on in. I think these Su-76s are joined by some infantry. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but we'll try and keep to a range engagement just so that the Su-76s don't have decent penetration against our Tigers. That's going to be pretty important. I'll definitely bring in some Spähstrupp so that I can see what's going on. We'll bring some in on the right hand side, some up on the hill. Also bring some in on the left hand side here. Actually, I'm going to have the Spähstrupp on this side because they're more likely to bump into infantry in the heavy cover. And we'll have an Aufklärer that can kind of just sit in the open and help us scout out the center of the map. Right, that should be fine. Let's now grab some Tigers. Just have one on each road to begin with. We don't really have that many points to work with. And we only have 20 at the start, but we will get Phase B reinforcements, so that will allow us to bring in some infantry and clean things up nicely. Assuming that gets that far, which it probably will, because what we're up against is reasonable. So, there we go. Right, let's just bring in the Befilled Tiger there. Cool, and we'll move up. So we want to try and take this hill ASAP, and then from there we can kind of control the center of the map against all of the Su-76s that come in to reinforce. Also getting onto this right hill would be nice to not only cover the reinforcing road here, but also the center. Left side might be a bit more difficult to get through until I have some extra infantry. I could, of course, bring in some pioneers, which I might do. On the next tick, I might just buy in 2 pioneers to push through the left side with this Tiger. Ultimately, I'm going to have to make sure these Spähstrupp unload at a reasonable time. I don't want them to be spotted and killed too soon. The Aufklärer here, they're coming in on a Kettengrad. And Spähstrupp on this side can start moving up. Lovely. So far so good, we've captured a couple flags. Need to get it to a point where it's not a total defeat in 10 minutes and then we're good. As long as we can take it away from that, the highest tick possible, then we'll gain extra time. So there we just gained another 5 minutes, which is good. I'm actually going to drive out into the open initially here. I'm going to bring up those pioneers on the left, like I said, just to try and break through that side. Probably going to need to do the same at some point on the right. But for now, I'm probably going to use this Tiger to capture this point. And then we will move through towards the town as opposed to going up on the hill initially. I'll probably bring in another Tiger to go on that right hand side. Well, looks like we did spot a unit there. That's going to be some Motorrazvitka. Okay, interesting. Well, I can kind of run towards them. That's not a big deal. I'm a little bit worried about what we're going to find here. Definitely something in our way. Something in here as well. Currently, we are only really bumping into infantry. Although, as I say that, the Su-76 there does manage to get a nice shot in. Just going to stop them for the time being. Wait for this front line to push forwards. Okay, great. It looks like we're good. Let's move up through the light cover then. Definitely something in these trees. How are we doing on the left? It looks like we're okay for now. Bringing in another one for the right. Make sure we get into cover there. A lot of these SU-76 actually, I forgot to mention that they will attack us from range. That's certainly something. Oh, there, that SU-76 tried to like ambush the Tiger but got stuck with an engine destroy. That's dead. Good to get that out of the way. Okay, great. It doesn't look like there's too much on the right hand side, so we'll probably try and push up there. They don't have that much points either to work with. Like, we've already killed a lot of their initial placement of units. Right, that's a spalling hit. The SU-76 gonna fail to kill that. This is a little bit risky with this SU-76 here because it's very close range. The open top nature of the vehicle is going to mean that it aims quicker than my Tiger does. Right, let's have the... Actually, we can't move the Spähstrup forwards because otherwise we'll get engaged by that. Okay, cool. Oh, what are these? Avtos. Oh, that's nasty. Got to be careful with the close range engagements against those, but I can certainly move the half tracks forwards preemptively. They can find some targets for us. The right side is completely exposed now, that's nice. Oh, I'm quite happy to let that engage at range. Oh, and the gun jam, perfect. Alright, well, that's probably going to open up the centre of the map, I would assume. Get the Spähstrup into the windmill in the centre, and that should be all good. Just going to get this Tiger up onto that right hand side. We'll have this one cover this road from further back. Get this Spähstrup up into the church. Probably want an Aufklärer or something on the right hand side. Definitely need to clean out this town. So let's bring in a Pioneer squad to find out what's going on in the town. Not too concerned about Avtos versus Pioneers as long as I let them get the grenade off, which is all good. There we go. We've got a bunch of Avtos trying to get towards us, but absolute massacre. Look at them trying to come down the hill there. Getting annihilated. Well, happy we spotted those, otherwise that could have got nasty at close range. Definitely still another squad up there, I think. Let's just run up the hill. Get the not the Avtos, the Spähstrup to just run up to a point where we can scout the road. And in the meantime, I'll probably just have the Tiger move to the edge of the hill here to cover the reinforcing road. Okay, let's bring in another Tiger up this road, and I'll also bring in another command Tiger. Ooh, that's not good. The loader is wounded on my Tiger, but the Tiger survived for now. Probably going to pull that back into cover. SU-76 on the right hand, going to be max range engaging. My Tiger does manage to get a crit there, actually. Transmission damage is not ideal, but that's a nice gun jam. Okay. Push through on that side, push the infantry up, get the SDKFZ 251, cut these off, or unload my Pioneers here, have them run in towards that town. I'll move up the half track in the meantime just to see if there's an SU-76 there. Probably going to have to keep this Tiger back if that, yeah, turns up there. Bring a Tiger onto the hill so that we can shoot that from a distance. Probably going to start moving my Aufklärer forwards so that we see them if they come to the edge of the light forest here. Get this guy into the edge of the trees. I need him to be in a position where he could see up the road, so that's fine. Alright, there is an SU-76, that's kind of annoying. It doesn't really matter that we lost the half track, we won't lose it on the campaign map or anything like that. But engaging that at close range is going to be annoying. Oh, never mind, it's come forwards. Well, it's pretty dead. Yeah. I was just a little bit worried there that it might end up killing one of my Tigers. But no, we're all good. Another SU-76 going down in the mid. This half track. Going to start pinning those guys as they run across. Already killed two of them. There they go. 2-star half-track, certainly doing the job. Okay. We're in a nice position. We can now see this Su-76 as we move up. Hopefully I can engage that from a decent range. That's because the Alpha Cutter have moved forward, so we see them in the light cover. Means they can't really get a chance to ambush us. My Tiger should always be facing in the right direction, more or less. Okay, not even getting to phase B by the looks of things. So I'm not even going to have to rely on my Panzer regiment. Oh, we made short work of them, that's for sure. I think I'm going to move towards this objective just to see if we can capture it. Because Su-76s have certainly been causing crits, that's for sure. Probably has maybe a little bit of penetration at range, like 3%, I don't know. Hopefully we're not unlucky. Come on, Tiger, have him. Okay, it started to retreat, so not going to be able to get them just yet. Let's just speed things up. That's going to be some Superli. Interesting. And that is victory. Got a victory, 9 minutes 31 seconds. Didn't reach phase B, lost the half track, that's all good. Very nice. So they didn't bring in the recon at all. Oh, they did bring in the recon, they just didn't arrive in time. Well, that's actually really good because the recon's still in range to be attacked in phase A, and it's also not dug in anymore. So this has worked out really well for us. Yeah, I'm going to attack with these two. I know these guys don't have transports, but it's going to allow me to bring in more tanks early, just to clean these up. Because the Valentines will actually be pretty strong against Panzer IVs. We'll probably lose quite a lot of Panzer IVs trying to make this attack. But I'm going to go for it nonetheless and jump on in. Okay, back on this map. We got some interesting variants. I guess I could just bring in like a Tiger at the start for the open ground engagements, and then for the closer range engagements we make use of the Panzer IVs. So I'll just put Panzer IV Führer on both sides. They can push up like so. And then maybe I want some infantry support for the center. We'll get like an MG to go up on the hill. Might not even be a bad idea. And then maybe 1-2 go into this building down here. Get the Tiger to the edge of the trees. Probably going to need maybe some infantry to help out on the right and left. Bring in some Sturm Pioneers. They're actually not going to be terribly strong, but I will give them a chance. Another Sturm Pioneer on the left. Yeah, they can be a bit temperamental, especially if you come up against units with grenades. Visitors would be a good idea actually, just to give us some recon information. We'll bring in a couple of those. And maybe even like an AT gun's not a bad shout. Maybe an IG next to it. Cool. Howdy, let's launch the battle. Get this underway. Lots of Panzer IVs to start. Not often you see this many Panzer IVs. Well, from me in the campaign at least. Because I'm not a massive fan of Panzer IVs in the campaign. They're decent value in multiplayer, but in single player, when you're forced to trade them all the time, it's not really good value compared to something like a Tiger. Let's just speed things up. We've we've already taken more points. They don't seem to be pushing too hard. I guess a lot of their infantry's recon, so they don't actually have much effect on the front line. But I definitely do need to be careful. Okay, great. Should be able to get some transport kills, maybe. Never mind. Maybe not. Didn't quite have that in the right position. That carrier Baranavichy does have a boy's tank rifle on it, which can kill my half-track, so gotta take a little bit of care with that. Okay, this is good. If the tanks are coming out there, that's really good. I think I might unload this early just in case. I'm not sure where that carrier Baranavichy went on the right hand side. I'm gonna bring up some more Panzer IVs. That's already some decent recon there. We'll bring up the recon Panzer IVs. Let's keep the Tiger on the hill. I'll probably move forwards with the MGs just to try and make ground. Move forwards with those chaps. Oh, boys, anti-tank rifle. Oh, we found it. There's another one. Lovely. Oh, and another one. I got a turret stuck. That's annoying. Okay, well. Maybe there's more. Who knows? All of the tanks seem to be coming out in the center so far, which is fine. Like those Valentines, as long as they're not actually shooting at my Panzer IVs, I don't care. I'm gonna have my half-track zoom up and capture a point. Already 20 to 4, shouldn't be too much longer now. Just need to get some Panzer IVs or something to push across to this town. I can probably have one push across like so. We can actually maybe spread these out a little bit. I'm not sure if I have any supply. I could do with some supply. There we go. Open Blitz. Perfect. These are the last 2 points. Taking those will pretty much make an instant countdown. Just got to kill off the Zappelli there, most likely. Going to move my Panzer IVs around so they can start shooting on those as well. Great. Right, now I'm going to just move back with these units. There is a tank coming out, possibly. Oh, we do see the Valentine. Okay. Just get into cover. Never mind. Game over. Total victory. 6 minutes 48 seconds. We did actually lose a Panzer IV to a Valentine. I don't know where that happened. Maybe on the left? Regardless, it's all good. That should disorganize those at least. Yeah, it has disorganized them. And if there's nothing else here, I may as well just move up as far as I can with the security regiment. And push out with Division Group Kessel. I'm probably just going to come across with these guys. Pushing back, boys. We're pushing back. I'm going to have these just move in next to the 29th Panzer Regiment, because it's most likely that the 15th Guards Tank Brigade is going to be coming up. We do have the 507th Heavy Panzer Battalion there. Let's move these down. I'm just going to move the security regiment into this position. This one's kind of stopping anything from going to Stobsit, and we've got this one that can secure our southern flank on this top side. I'm going to move forwards my artillery so that we have them in range in the next turn if we need them. And now we just need to look at if there's anything else we can do. I don't think I can attack any of these disorganized units, but we can certainly try and get next to them for the next turn. I'm not sure if I want to move the 33rd Panzer Regiment just in case we can reinforce Group Hartneck if they get attacked. We can certainly move up the 3rd Battalion of the 509th. We can move up these guys, and these guys, these guys. They're all disorganized. They might recover next turn, I'm not sure. But it's all good. I am tempted also to push through with these guys. Get deep into their lines. My heavy cavalry battalion can push all the way through. I could in fact break down one of these guards cavalry regiments. They're not dug in. So technically I could attack them with one of my Panzer regiments here. They have the PTRS. PTRS 35mm penetration can do some damage to Panzer IVs at close range. But more than likely, the 45mm AT guns would be the problem. But since they can only reinforce... well, they can't reinforce any of them at all. It might be worth just killing them off. We can, in fact, hit the 1st Mechanized Corps. That could be a good idea. With the 2nd Battalion of the 35th Panzer Regiment, or Panzer Regiment. Then again, I don't want to leave them exposed against the 34th. I think that's probably why I haven't decided to push in there. I think we'll just leave it that as it is. I am, however, tempted to move through with the 4th Heavy Cavalry Battalion and try and take some ground, but they may get cut off, we'll see. I'm gonna probably go this way. And then cut up behind. Maybe we'll move down a little bit. Not sure. Yeah, we'll probably move down. Just to make sure that we can't get cut off as easy. They could probably come through the middle a little bit, but if they do, we'll probably just attack them anyway. This unit needs to move up, but they're not very strong, so we'll just keep them behind the front line here. I'll probably move forwards with my artillery battalion. Yeah, let's just move over here. I'm going to have them be part of like a front line that we create in front of all of these disorganized units. Right, now we have decisions to make up here on all of these surrounded units. We can either wait until they're surrounded, or we could maybe try and break some of them down. The replacement battalion here. I think I can move them up out of the way. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. So I could force my way onto the 1,822nd Self-Propelled Artillery Regiment with the 1st Battalion of the 5th Cavalry Regiment. That doesn't seem like a bad idea because it would stay dug in and there's nothing to reinforce in Phase A. Cool, that works. Then we'll move in the Tank Destroyer Battalion behind. They are in a little bit of a predicament there. I guess I could push forwards with the Assault Gun Brigade as well. Okay, good. That's fine. Don't really want these guys to be attacked, but I guess there's not much we can do about that now. Let's just move my Panthers up. I'm probably going to move these guys back and we'll put the Panthers next to this unit. So if they get attacked, then we're all good. I don't know if I want to press onto any of these other units now, though. I could maybe take out the 4th Independent Guards AT Battalion with the 1st Battalion of the 33rd Panzer Regiment. that's not even that bad of an idea, because these are just 85mm AA, so technically I could just sneak up to them and then engage them with Panzergrenz from range. But I don't want to remove the dug-in status here of those units. Also on this side, I think we're going to have to squeeze back a little bit more just so they don't get attacked in phase A. I think we're going to leave things here just to be more defensive, and then, yeah, I think that's everything done. Cool. We do have 15 points to spend, but we're going to have to save that because there's nothing we can afford anyway. As for the aircraft, we haven't used them, so we can bring them into support at the end of the turn. Cool. Looks good. Let's move on. Alright, my Panthers are going to come under attack from a lot of stuff. Wow, all of these units could come in phase A. So let's just see if there's anything significant here. I think it's just a bunch of infantry, right? Which could definitely overwhelm us over time. These with the Valentines are probably the scariest. The 13th Guards Motorized Battalion. Ultimately, I'm probably going to bring in the Tank Destroyer Battalion in phase B, just to give us some more points to work with, because I think the Panthers, they get their own infantry anyway. They get a few pioneers. But we'll also, of course, bring in some aircraft, so most likely just the first close support wing, because there's nothing mega that I have to bomb, and the strafing runs from the Fokker walls will be useful for pinning the infantry, so I think that's how we're going to do it. Let's jump on in. Right, they are bringing in the armor, but ultimately I think we can pull them, hold them back. If this was the Stugs, I'd be more worried, so I'm quite happy that it is, in fact, the Panthers that we have under our control. Also, it's a pretty reasonable map for us to defend, so that's also good. I am, of course, going to have to place down the infantry that I have. I'm probably definitely going to have to use my Speertrupp. We'll have this one drive up to the church. Actually, probably best to do that on this side. Cool. We'll definitely have to have one, like maybe just here, just to discover infantry. We'll need one on the left-hand side. Maybe there. Then we'll bring in like the recon Panthers and stuff, because these will thrive on the open ground. I don't know about the Aufklärer Panzer IV. It seems like a bit silly. Also, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this hill. Maybe I bring in some more Speertrupp that can push up on that hill after the start, but I'll have a Panther go with that for now. I can, of course, use the Gepards as well. The Gepards are going to be pretty useful for destroying infantry, because they are armoured, so they can kind of help themselves a little bit. Well, a lot, honestly. We'll definitely have Panther come up through the town. Two of those. We'll have one that can kind of cover this right side. This one can go up the hill. Okay, then we'll need one to go up this hill. Great. So that's pretty much all of the tanks that I need. I will, of course, reinforce with more throughout, but I'm going to need some pioneers up here for sure. I'm probably going to need some pioneers for this town area as well. And we'll bring in the last one on top of the hill for the time being. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to bring them in at all. I'm probably just going to get myself a Focke-Wulf. Cool. Let's go. So, my priority is to destroy any AT guns we come up against. They are going to have a ton of units. They've got, I think, 60 points in phase A. At least, the hard difficulty probably increasing that. I'm gonna have to be very careful with the placement of my pioneers, I think. Ooh, let's unload these early. I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to get spotted and killed, which would not be good. Let's make sure we're bringing in even more Panthers, especially in this area where it looks like they're going to be pushing on us quite a bit. They are able to get up close here as well. Let's just bomb this 45. Then we can focus the tank on the BA-10M. Oh, I do need to make sure that I have a standard Panther there to hold the line. But the initial engagement is going to be the hardest part of this, because they have so many units. We're going to have to bring in a Panther for the center. And also, ooh, let's be careful with these. They've got a pretty scary move order right now. Bring one there and one for the left. Okay, we'll keep that one on the road in the middle there. This one I might move to the left-hand side. Maybe pull it through the back garden there so that it can engage the OB. That OB will have some reasonable penetration in the side armor for my Panthers, so I need to be careful about that. Anything else I need to strafe? Oh, probably should strafe this OB actually, speaking of which. This Panther probably shouldn't push too much further without infantry support. Or at least have my half-track go and see what's going on. Okay, my Focke-Wulf's coming across. I think most of my troops are good. Watch this just... Oh, never mind. Not going to strafe anytime soon. Let's just hit anything we can see with the strafing run. And this is like the fastest Focke-Wulf we have. The slower ones would be better at strafing because they'd have more time on target, but it's okay. Just keep bringing in more Panthers to engage them from range. And get into positions to shoot at the roads and so on. I'm going to have the Pioneers push through there, and I'm also going to have my... Actually, let's keep the Speter up in there. Look how much that reveals. Ridiculous. You can see those guys all the way back there because of that. Ah, that's where a lot of their points was. Okay, it's invested in the Valentines, that's fair enough. They finally arrived on the front line. Killed most of them already. Good. And that's a shooter knockout. By that Valentine. Make sure we kill that off. Yeah, at least I know I can pull the Panther forwards on this right hand side. We captured that flag as well. There's definitely something in the trees, but if anything comes out, we'll reveal it. Can most likely just have my Pioneers discover whatever that is. Oh, unless it's a Valentine. Okay, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to try and bomb that before it kills my... I don't think we have time. Oh no! It's an ambush! It's an ambush! Oh dear. It's an ambush, boys. Save me. Okay, kill this one, then we can kill the others. Alright, good. Alright. Whew. How did they have them all hidden behind there? That's ridiculous. Alright, I can probably just surrender this one. While we shoot and kill the others. I'm gonna keep strafing this one behind. Okay, great. That looks really cool when the Panther's just charging like that. Keep that pinned down. Lovely. Alright. Phew. We'll bring in the Aufklärer Panzer 4J on the right hand side. That was the initial engagement right there. The little Valentine ambush, that was great. That was great fun to watch. Can we kill this BA-10M please? Trying to get away. Not going to. Panther cleans that up nicely. I am going to have to find whatever it is on this right hand side, so I'm actually just going to bring in some Gepards. I could also purchase my recon aircraft as well in case it's a vehicle. Probably should have brought in a recon aircraft at the start, honestly, so I could have identified those little groups of tanks, but we dealt with that one quite well. I was very lucky, honestly, because the Valentine certainly had enough penetration to get through the front armor. They just, for whatever reason, did not penetrate. We were just lucky, I guess. But yeah, we're going to make sure we stay flying over those, because I want to make sure that I bomb them correctly. Right, let's just zoom after those with the half track. There must be something else here as well. Alright, well, we managed to get onto this hill, which I'm happy about. That means I can probably push across the open on the left side there. Move up with the Panther. Move up with these Panthers. Get my recon up. Push up on this left side a little bit. Get the Panther on top of the hill. Okay, great. Make sure we strafe that. We're just going to bomb it as well. We lost line of sight there. Okay, cool. Gotta get rid of that AT gun on the right hand side there. I might be side-shotting my Panther to death. Please get the strafe and run ASAP. Alright. 16 to 8, not bad. Still pushing on the left. I can bring in more fighters now, I think. That's probably just what I'm going to do. We'll probably just keep bringing in more and more Panthers at this point. I do need to make sure that does not get side shot. I think we just killed whatever that was. Great. Make sure we go kill these. And then we'll make sure to keep our infantry alive. And I just need to keep flying over the center. If I have any more recon, I should bring it to the center. I think I might bring this Aufklärer up here, actually. And we'll just drive that across. A little bit concerned about that BA-10M. I think I'm just going to bomb that. Mainly just because of its position, although the Panther might take it out from a distance there. It's got decent line of sight. Perfect. Alright. So, I guess we dealt with the unit on the left. Let's just move my Panther forwards. That Panther may as well stay on the hill, but we can push across the river with the Pioneer. Move up this one. These guys can all come to the middle. Ooh, let's have Mesh Patriot fall back. No point in losing those unnecessarily. We are low on HE ammunition. Just moved into phase B as well, so we got some more points to work with, but it's all just going to be for my Fokker Wolves so that I can bomb and kill multiple infantry squads. Well, they're saying that I should probably use one of these to kill whatever that is. I think it's just a mortar, but it's fine. We'll have the SD KFZ 251 move up. Panzer A can move up as well here. Pioneer's being mortared, actually, in the town. Right, let's attack, move up onto this hill now. And never mind, they're dead. Good. Grab a couple Gepards to come in. We do have this slot coming over to the centre to help clean up a lot of that infantry, so that's not so bad. And these two can just start pushing towards that in the centre. So this is now going to be a major victory for us, which is good. We win in 5 minutes. Do want to be doing as much damage as possible though. Well, the Kazaki there with their PTRD doing some damage. There's also an AT gun on this right side I'm going to have to destroy. Not sure, I think it's firing from there. Yeah, it's somewhere there. Let's have my Pioneers move in that direction then. Cool. Any Fokker Wolves that have reloaded can come out and do their thing. One of the Gepards joined the Panther. We'll push the Pioneers up to reveal the infantry as we go. I'm just making it so that these Fokker Wolves all leave as soon as they drop their bombs. They'll automatically evac Winchester, that's what we're looking for. There we go. Lovely. Let's just keep moving up. We've got the Gepard here as well now, so that can demolish infantry at close range for us if needs be. Move forward the Panther so that it can engage from the edge of the cover of the garden. We're up to a total victory in 3 minutes now. We just captured a lot of points there. These bombers have been pretty useful, which is good. Not sure what's here still. Probably just another unit of infantry, so we'll go scout that out with the plane potentially. The Kazaki are being demolished by my Pioneers, which is nice. Oh, that's not good. Where's that being attacked from? It's going to be a PTRD squad. Now that we've seen it, should be able to kill them quite quickly, but unfortunate. Right, well, just an artillerist left there. It's also a Razvedka squad. Ooh, that's a cheeky Razvedka squad. We don't want that to sneak up on us. It does have a bazooka after all. Could kill us very quickly indeed. Right, let's just move over to the right hand side here to capture that flag with the Panther. Baythrope may as well just move up. There it is. Hopefully that hits the mark. Good. That's going to make the total defeat in 10 seconds. Keep my Pioneers out of harm's way, I think. Lovely. Job done. Total victory. 15 minutes, 55 seconds. One loss, which was a half track to the PTRD. But that is it. Lovely, lovely job by my Panthers. Great stuff. That should just disorganize all of those units that just attacked us and do tons of damage. Might actually destroy the recon one. We wiped out a lot of their tanks. Nope, they're just disorganized. Oh, this isn't great. The mortar battalion's actually under attack by some infantry and the 1st Mechanized Corps. We can probably play this out and defend for a little bit. It depends if I have time to get these guys in. If I can hold for 10 minutes, we should win. I can also bring in some bombers potentially to help us out. That's going to be a tough old battle though. Interesting. Alright, well, unfortunately guys, it has been my time. This is going to be very difficult to defend, but yeah, if we can survive the first 10 minutes and they get my Panzer IVs in, and there's not really going to be much they have to match that. The biggest thing we have to worry about is their T-34-85s, kind of just running through any infantry that I do have, so it might just be me like clicking around all over the place for a short amount of time. I guess we can bomb actually the T-34s. Yeah, might be worth bringing in a few bombers at the start to take care of those. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.